Hey guys, so I haven't been on here in a long time. Sorry, I have a cafe to run and it's a lot of hard work. I got my husband's shirt on today. I don't roll on Shabbos. It's the dude from Big Lebowski. Anyway, and it's my one day off. I was going to get on here and do another video, but then I checked my email. I want to read to you these emails I've gotten from YouTube recently. It's crazy. Alright, so I'm going to read this. Let's see. Your video isn't approved for monetization. Okay, first of all, I'm going to read you a list of all these videos that they've recently demonetized. These videos have been up for years, okay, like at least 2 years. Will you turn this Minecraft sound off, please? Okay, so this one, infertility from bacteria, question mark, where I talk about upper reproductive infections and how that can affect women's infertility, and I talk about iodine. Apparently it's not advertiser friendly. Then there's another one, this one I get, Boston bombing scheduled demolition, Twitter proof. So on that video, I actually found a tweet from the Boston Globe that was time-stamped like before the Boston bombing saying scheduled demolition. Yeah, no joke, on Twitter, and screenshot it and made a video about it. Something was up there. I'm not even one of those people that thinks all stuff is fake. I'm really not. If anything, that's a really mean thing to do. But the Boston bombing, I always had a weird feeling about it after that. Okay, so here's another email. Same email. This one's called Morphine, Wine, or Strong Drink. And in this video, I talk about what the Bible says about like wine and strong drink. It says, give wine to him with a heavy heart. This is in Proverbs. And strong drink to him who's ready to perish. And I compared that to the use of morphine in people who are dying and I posed the idea about alcohol when people are dying, because when my mom was dying of cancer and the morphine started in, she was no longer able to walk. She couldn't swallow on her own or go to the bathroom, so they had to give her a catheter, and it went extremely downhill from there. Then she got put on oxygen because it literally, you forget to breathe when you're on morphine. And then because she didn't have water, she wasn't on fluids, she passed away within 3 days, and I believe it was from dehydration, from not being able to drink. Now, would she have been in more pain without the morphine because she was dying of cancer? There's a really high chance of that. But I posed the argument that maybe if we did what the Bible said, like, I don't know, is that a horrible idea? I don't know what's right, okay? That's what I was talking about in the video, and it's been demonetized. Because you know there are certain states that are making laws for these like suicide assistance bills, and that's not what happened with my mom. Not intentionally, but I think that her death was a side effect of morphine, and her death occurred sooner because of the morphine than it would had without the morphine, even if she was given a strong drink as an anesthesia instead. Because she was in pain and she deserves pain relief, but she wasn't allowed to smoke pot. And she wasn't allowed to, you know, have alcohol. Maybe that sounds insane, but anyway, I was just posing the argument. Here's another email of something that just got demonetized. These I kind of get. This video was called U.S. Backing Al-Qaeda and Chemical Warfare via Syrian Rebels. So here I talk about the theory that just maybe all this like tanks and bombs and guns that are getting sent over to this area to the rebels were actually becoming ISIS. And there's some, you know, there's some stuff to back that up. And then if we would quit sending stuff over there, then, because what's happening is whether the rebels are ISIS or not, I'm not saying, but what happens at the very least is the guys that they're sending them to just join ISIS or quit or disband, or they don't like secure the weapons. You know what I'm saying? So ISIS ends up with the weapons. And if you know it's happening over and over again and you continue to send stuff over there, then, of course, I made this when someone else was president, not President Trump. Here's another one that just got demonetized. Pedophilia and trafficking are real. Deniers perpetuate the cycle. And in this video, I talked about the just mounds of evidence that there's high-level pedophile, child trafficking going on. And the people that just don't want to accept this as a reality are the ones that are allowing it to continue to exist. And so apparently that's not advertiser friendly. I don't know. But if I made a pro-pedophilia video like one I just saw shared on Facebook, I'm sure it would be fine. I'm sure it would be just fine. Okay, so I think, is that all the emails I got? No, here's another one. Oh, there's more. This video that just got demonetized. Somebody's having fun on my channel at YouTube. They're just like, who is this girl? Demonetized, demonetized. I feel special. I'm part of the demonetizing club. I've heard about it from a lot of people and I hadn't been complaining because I hadn't seen it happen to me, but now it's happening to me. So this one, do I have this right? About 9/11, Al-Qaeda, the US, and Saudi Arabia. And so I guess I was asking how my rights compared to something else. I don't remember exactly the topic of this, but apparently I talk about 9/11, Al-Qaeda, and Saudi Arabia in the US. I think I might have pointed out that Saudi Arabia was involved in 9/11 and that the US is colluding with them still, like doing business with them, and that if I, as a citizen, were doing that same thing, then I would be considered a terrorist. I'm pretty sure that was what my point was on that one. Oh, here's another email. Oh, of course they're going to demonetize this one. This is called Is Your Tumor Trying to Save You? Part 2 of 3. I did a 3-part series on this. It's all based on research by Dr. Stephanie Seneff at MIT, who's an extremely intelligent woman who also happens to be studying vaccines. Yes, it's true. I know. And she posed some research that was saying that when your body has a tumor, it's releasing this chemical they know that's some sort of a sulfate, and I forget what form. And when it releases this sulfate, it's actually performing a function in your body because your body's not getting enough sulfur in its diet. And the tumor is a side effect of a sulfur deficiency in your diet. And that's also compounded by Roundup, because Roundup goes in and blocks sulfur metabolism, which means your body's not going to make vitamin D because it needs cholesterol and sulfate, and it makes vitamin D3 when you go in the sun. So if you have Roundup in your system, you go in the sun, you're not going to make D3. And so you're going to, and then, but it doesn't let your body like carry the sulfur or something like that. Roundup has all kinds of side effects. It ties in with this. So of course that's going to be demonetized. Anyway, and I talked about my mom and her cancer and how the doctors were diagnosing whether she was getting better or worse. And they basically, their definition of better or worse was just completely the opposite of mine. And remember, I'm pre-med and I understand physiology. And I can interpret a lot of lab work. And so anyway, that was part 2. I'm sure I guess they just got rid of part 2. I don't know. I didn't hear about part 1 or 3. Okay, so here's another one. Part 3. Okay, part 3. Got taken demonetized. And was that the last one? When did these emails start? Did they forget part 1? Maybe they forgot to demonetize part 1. I'm sure I just missed the email. But you guys get the idea, so I just wanted to give you some notification on that. Sorry I haven't been making a lot of videos. I can't even find any more of those emails. I'm just so busy. But I'm actually off on Saturdays, so I was thinking I could maybe do a Saturday thing if you were interested. I don't know, but I feel weird about my channel crossing over to my cafe because they don't need to know how crazy I am. And if you've been to my cafe and you're on this channel, go away now! Turn back! You just come eat the food. It's like I'm a different person there, okay? All right, I love y'all. Hope you have a great Shabbat. Peace, love, happiness. 2 greatest commands are love the Father with all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. Okay, bye. Where do I stop?